Okay, everybody, I'm here live waiting on a few people to join us. Hopefully it's working okay. First time I've done this from my computer. Looking okay. And I'm just trying to, if nobody comes in, I'm just going to shut it down. But maybe somebody will come in. While we're waiting, this will be in the review kind of process. But again, this is Cindy King, and I'm here to keep up with the goings on in Townsend. My role here, my goal is to just keep people informed of what's really going on, and that can be kind of interesting. We just never know what's going on. But I got a little criticism. It's just a little bit because people don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but some people don't know what I'm doing, and they're calling me a First Amendment auditor, which I'm not. I keep running into walls with the First Amendment in some of the meetings I go to because they don't want me to record, but they kind of have to, and they don't understand that, and it gets into a little pissing contest. But that's not what I do. My goal is to just go to meetings and see what's happening and try to get them recorded and inform the public on what's happening. So that's really what I do. And what I jumped on here live for it was somebody sent me some information about the trash forum, and I was because I'd asked on Facebook, anybody go to this trash forum? I haven't heard any feedback. Like what happened? Was it informative? Did anybody change their mind about it? Do people feel better about it? Do people understand how it works? Do more people even know we're having it? My greatest fear is that come October 1st, nobody's going to know to put the trash in bags. They're not going to know this. They're just going to do the normal, put their barrels out, and they're not going to know. That's my greatest fear. And I hope that people do get the word. But this trash forum was supposed to be informative. I was really planning on going and hoping to record it so that everybody could get a really quick overview of what's happening. And I had a conflict at the last minute, and I wasn't able to go. And I was hoping that TCAM would have the video up sooner than this. Again, here we are with the same town meeting nonsense, that we have a meeting that's very important for the townspeople, and it's now Sunday. I think the forum was on Wednesday, and we still don't have the video. So I'm concerned about that, and I don't like it. Although I'm thinking that maybe something happened there. I don't know why people aren't telling me too much about it, but somebody did send me some information, and I'm not gonna reveal who that was or my actual source, but they kind of heavily edited, or well, anyway, it's not heavily edited. This is just what was said on a Facebook page. Excuse me. Somebody posted on, I'm not even sure what page this was on, but it says, this town, this is in reference, from what I can tell, it's in reference to the trash forum. And it says, this town likes to spread the burden of misappropriation of funds due to incompetent decision making. After witnessing last night's embarrassment of a town meeting, and this was just posted like 3 days ago, so this person was referring to the trash forum. Last night's embarrassment of a town meeting, the hypocritical ethics are on display make it evident and quite clear why this town struggles financially. A bunch of hypocritical nonsense. I can understand that, but I can just hardly wait to find out what really happened there. It was overwhelming how often the people on stage contradicted each other and exposed themselves as hypocrites. I'm not sure who was on the stage. I believe it was Joe Shank, the town administrator. The poor guy is brand new, Nelson Wee. I think that's how you say his name. I apologize if I ruined it, but his first name's Nelson. He's brand new. I don't know if town council was there. I don't know why town council would be at a forum, but it could have been. Probably, I can't think of her name now, from our recycling person, Irene Congdon, who's really trying to do a good job of explaining things, but I don't know if Joe Shank disagreed with her. or everybody was throwing, I don't know what happened. I can just imagine. I would say that if I were going to guess, that Joe Shank probably disagreed with what's really happening. I don't know. Oh, wait, was the Board of Health up there? Because they don't agree with the town Board of Selectmen, who are dwindling down to, there's not going to be any Board of Selectmen pretty soon. I don't know. I can't wait. I need to find out. I need people to let me know. Either you can, we have a live chat here as far as I know, and you can let me know, or you can send me some kind of message somewhere to let me know what happened at this forum. But anyway, let me keep reading. There's more. We need new representation, new voices. We're getting it because we're down to one selectman. Watch the video, which doesn't exist yet, and witness how your opinion doesn't matter. I guess nobody was allowed to speak, or if they were shut down. So, watch the video and witness how your opinion doesn't matter if it does not support their narrative. That's exactly what's been going on for the last few years here, maybe 5. I do have a lot more to say. I'm just getting started. Don't fall for the guilt trips. I can't wait for more from this person. This person is somebody I want to hear from. Okay, and then we have, let's see if I can get the whole thing here. This Joe Shank, while he's still a selectman, he still is. This is how he answered. I don't know who this was to. It's blacked out for me. So you feel it was hypocritical nonsense, and we exposed ourselves as hypocrites, people like you that are on Facebook and do nothing to help the community, and you should be ashamed of yourself. There's been several good people trying to do the right thing for this community. This town is in the shithole of a mess. There's more, but I'm not gonna. It's just, it's nonsense. But anyway, then this is what I need. If anybody has a video, send it. Do something with it. If anybody else took a video while you were there, I got a funny feeling. If something blew up at that meeting, I'm sure TCAM isn't gonna. We're gonna have technical difficulties, and that video is never gonna get posted, or it's gonna be edited, which would be a damn shame. So Joe Shank. So, you don't think I have the right to defend myself, being called a drunken auto body businessman, a piece of shit, and I can go on forever. No one deserves that kind of beating, and it's time we stand up for them ourselves. That's what Joe Shank said. So did somebody call Joe a drunken auto body businessman piece of shit at this meeting? That I wish I had gone. If that happened, I really regret not being there. That must have been a shit show. Yep. So I wouldn't be surprised if this video never sees the light of day. But I mean, I hope there was some good information that came out of it. But I got a funny feeling people are in worse shape about knowledge about the Pay As You Throw program than before. So I promised everybody that I was going to do a video to better go over it. I was going to I haven't put something really truly educational together. I know Irene Congdon is really going out of her way. She's really trying to reach out and educate people on the program. She went to the senior center. I was late. I didn't even know this presentation was happening. If I had read the senior center news, I'm one of those. I'm not a regular person down at the senior center, but I should probably see what kind of things they got going on. But there was a presentation the other day, and I was about 30 minutes late for it. And Irene was, and the town administrator, and I can't remember her name, that woman from the contractor that we're not paying for it, that comes kind of grant wise from the state to help us, the town, coordinate and get the word out and help transition the town. However, this is too quick in my opinion, but we're doing it. But that's who was given the presentation. I missed probably the best part, but I do have a video up that shows what I did see of that presentation. So hopefully you get something out of it. I do support the Pay As You Throw, but I despise, I'm incensed about how they went about it. They did it wrong. If you're going to have this kind of switch over, you don't do it for the reasons that we did or that we're trying to do. We're doing it because the Board of Selectmen can't manage a budget, and we're $500,000 in the hole, even going past town meeting, which is just unheard of. I've never seen this kind of a fiscal mess since I've lived here. To actually leave town meeting without a balanced budget, we were always told it was illegal. So here we are. But that being said, we're there, and two of the selectmen who created this mess quit. So it's being left with Teresa, which I don't blame Teresa at all. I think Teresa Morse, she's the sole survivor on the Board of Selectmen, which good for her. But this is not her fault, but it's her problem to, unfortunately, to fix this. She can't undo it. It's too late. We're going to go through the pay as you throw. I do support the program because it's going to have the effect of what, if we had done it slower. I mean, it's a good program, and I think over time, once we get off our anger, which we should be angry, but once we get past this, it'll be a good program, and I think we'll really embrace it. Even the people, the bean counters, the people that do the finance, the people that do the finance committee, I think that they're just went along with whatever the selectmen wanted, which I don't like that either. But I think that it's going to reduce our solid waste costs pretty quickly, actually. People will change their behaviors as we have to pay for the trash bags. But it's I don't want to babble on too much about why it's a good program, but it really is a good program. We'll get used to it, and we'll be able to function better, and we'll reduce some of our trash. One caveat I'll tell everybody is you have 2 weeks. I live in Townsend where we have Tuesday trash pickup, so I'm going to be one of the first guinea pigs here. October 1st is a trash day for me. So I have 2 weeks, or this Tuesday and the following Tuesday, to go through my house and figure out what I need to throw away, so I can get it thrown away before I have to pay to throw it away. So, and I'm doing that. I've almost filled a trash barrel already, and I'm going to keep going. So, so I don't have to buy the bags until the end of October, because I really don't generate much trash generally. But I think that's what everybody needs to do. But as far as those who claim that it's double dipping on the taxes, it isn't. It really isn't. And I know that sounds like I'm giving in to them, and I'm not. It's really not. But when we vote the budget, we're not simply voting on how much we want to charge the taxpayers for something. It's actually paying the bill. Like, there's always revenue on one side and expenses on another. I was going to do a chalkboard kind of thing, or what are the dry erase boards or whatever, and show you basically T accounts, accounting 101, to show revenues on one side, expenses on the other. I was going to do that, and I'll save it for another day if I need to. But we're always going to have, where's the money coming from and where's the money going? So we always have to, the expense is always going to be there. As long as we have pay as you throw, we're going to have to, it's not going to be $800,000. It may go up to that again quickly, because things cost more and more money all the time. But we're always going to have to pay Shaw's. As long as we have Shaw's picking up the pay as you throw, we're still going to have to pay him in his company's kids, I think, are running it too. That it's that $800,000 has got to go to pay for the trucks to come around and pick up our trash. But it's the other side of the T account. It's the revenue where there's just a shift. It was raise and appropriate. They may still put it in. I'm not sure how they'll present it on the next town meeting. But depending on how, I'm sure they're still talking about how to do this. The accountant is they're not going to tell us right away, although they might have said it the other night. But that revenue is going to, hopefully, it's going to be clear to the taxpayer that this trash bag money is going to go. I don't think they're putting an enterprise. I don't think that would even be a good idea. But that money is going to come in. That money will be accounted for, and they'll have to report it to us, because we're not going to buy into this nonsense if they don't. But to let us know how much they raised, and then it will. But that expense, we're going to have the expense to pay for the trash, no matter where the money came from, and that's always has to be in the budget. the only way to, if the townspeople wanted that out of the budget, then we'd all 100% have to get rid of our trash ourselves. The town would no longer be part of it, except to enforce that we can't leave our trash in the streets or in front of our house and just let it sit there. Is it public health? I mean, I don't want to go down that road, but that 800,000 or whatever the number will be in the future, that number must always be in the budget, because the town is paying Shaw's to pick up the trash from from the treasury. So we have to put the money there, which will be transferred in some one way or another from some of this bag. Plus the town's going to have, I mean, our taxes, because they haven't done this before. So we're probably going to be short. I don't know how they're going to get $500,000 minimum from selling trash bags between now and say the first of the year. I think that we're still going to have a problem, but that's for later. But it's not double dipping. I know, and it's really not, I don't care about overrides, have nothing to do with it either. But we have to pay Shaw's, so we always have to have that in the budget. It's the revenue thing that we just need to, the town and the selectmen or the accountant will explain it to the selectmen. Selectmen, if they can make sense of it, will send it to us. But that's not what's happening. The pay-as-you-throw is going to be okay once we get used to it. And it's, in the end, I think, as far as even combining taxes and the pay-as-you-throw, for 99.9% of the residents in this town, which are the only people that are impacted by this pay-as-you-throw, we're going to save money. In the end, it's going to cost us less in taxes. And I'm not giving in to them. I'm totally against the way they went about this, but it's going to work out. It's really a good program if we just put in for it. Now, I see that I've got a few more people that are starting to come in, and chat disconnected. I don't know what that means. Hopefully the chat's still working. But anyway, if it doesn't, chat late. You can chat once I close down the live stream, I guess. I don't know what happened there. Please give a like to increase the notification. That's true. Thank you, Nancy. I don't know who you are, Nancy, but you post a lot. Welcome aboard. Anyway, yes, if you like and subscribe, if you haven't, well, you must have been notified. You must have got these subscribers if you've been notified. But if you're not, please subscribe. Hit the like button on all my videos. The like button. Even if you hate the content, hit the like button. Don't put the thumbs down, because that hurts. That hurts me. No, it hurts my algorithms and all, whatever the analytics and all that stuff. I need thumbs up and subscribe, and hit the notification bell too, so that you'll always be notified when I've got a new video up. And I'm trying not to overwhelm people, but sometimes I just have to. But though, if you're just joining, I started out this live stream talking about what I heard about, which I don't even know how bad it was, about the trash forum that happened at Town Hall. I think it was Wednesday night that I didn't make, or I would have posted a video by now. But I did talk a little bit about that, and something that may have happened with Joe Shank. I'm not sure. I'm got this. Somebody sent me something that was on Facebook. I don't even know where it was, but it sounds like somebody called Joe Shank a drunken auto body piece of shit. I don't know if that happened at the forum or what. But was anybody? I mean, it's only a handful of people in here. Was anybody at the forum? Is the live stream? Is this chat working? Chat disconnected successfully. I don't know what's going on. I can't see if anybody's chatting, but I want to hear from people at some point what happened in that forum, because I'm only getting dribs and drabs. People aren't talking about it. I heard that the volume on Channel 9, for people that tried to see it live, was horrible. You couldn't hear what people were saying. So anybody? No, whatever. It's a crime to limit. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what happened at the forum. I didn't go. I'm sorry. I really wanted to go. I was given TCAM the benefit of the doubt that they would have the video up sooner. And based on the technical side, I heard that there was a volume problem. So I don't know if we ever will. And even without that, sometimes when things don't go the way you want, you just don't put the video up. And I'm thinking that if there was a shouting match at the forum, if it was a bad thing, if it was a bad thing at the forum, um, then I think TCOM might not put the video up. That's just my opinion. I have nothing to base that on, but I think just based on basic coincidence. So, welcome from Tennessee. We got something going. Oh, I'm not from your town, but I am Massachusetts. Good, thank you. Blah blah blah. Yes, I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep the. I was going to say conspiracy, the transparency up. I'm trying to prevent the conspiracy. Is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep the transparency up in Townsend. I'm not doing any of my videos to cause any harm or ruckus, but apparently there's some. It causes a ruckus, but I'm not putting out anything that isn't really happening. So, what have you? I just started going to meetings just to record them and show them to people because TCAM was having those technical difficulties. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, TCAM, Townsend Community Access Media, they do the official town videos. They're our public access channel, which is contracted through Comcast. It's I don't know what other states do, but here in Massachusetts, everybody that has cable, we are given a public access channel through Comcast, and they and that's who has the they do the videos of all the town meetings supposedly, but it's not all of them, and that's really what got me going because we were around town meeting when the budget was being talked about in meetings, and then suddenly there was no video, so I literally jumped out of my seat or bed or whatever I was doing and started recording. And I've been doing that ever since. And I've been pretty much fighting the battle, getting yelled at for doing that. How dare you? And I'm not doing anything that anybody else wouldn't do. I'm just the one that picked up the camera. And so here I am still doing it. And then we've had just so many things have happened. We're down to one selectman, and I can't take credit for it. It's kind of strange. I've been trying to figure out why Joe quit, and I don't know if it's because somebody called him a drunken piece of shit at this forum, or because Joe Shank actually said that somebody called him a drunken piece of shit. I don't know if it happened at the meeting or if it happened at another day, or somebody called him or texted. I don't know. But that's what Joe Shank actually said on Facebook. And I don't know. And it's confusing. But if there's more to the story, I'm going to try to find it out so we can have more interesting video. And maybe I can, if that TCAM video pops up, that'll be, if it does, I'm not holding my breath. But anyway, let's see. What do we got going on in the chat? Nothing. I appreciate you trying to get transparency. Thank you. You'll get better officials next vote. Don't hold your breath. I'm a little concerned about who's running. We need, if you're from Townsend, some of the people that are on the chat, unfortunately, I don't believe any of you are from Townsend, that when people look at this video later, if we got Townsend people that have any thoughts that maybe you'd like to be a selectman, now's a chance. It's not often that we have 2 seats available at the same time, especially with such long terms available. Teresa's seat is actually up next April. So she's the one that's been there the longest. The 2 seats that are open are 2 years and 2.5 years. So, but we need more blood. For Townsend people, the people that are running, there's 3 people that I know about. Veronica Kell, who stars in some of my videos in the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust, and she's not too keen on. She doesn't like me at all, anyway. But she mutual, but she doesn't like the First Amendment either. She doesn't like me recording, but she's taken out papers for one of the seats. I call her a budget buster. As soon as she got into office, without even giving a reason, she was just spending money. Her, Chaz, and Joe, when they got on the board, first time, they were on the board before, a few years ago, and they just sent the budget into overdrive and just demanding an override and complaining that we just don't understand. I was like, well, we do, but they wanted an override. So and that's exactly, Veronica's not going to say anything, and she's just going to say we need an override and the people need to understand. I know that's what she's going to say. That's what she said 3 years ago. That's what she's going to say now. So we can't have that. We got to have somebody that is interested in really taking the budget with a red pen and be able to cut back and be able to fix this mess. That's who needs to get on the board. Mark Hussey, he has half a chance. He took this. He was going to run on the other seat, but he took papers out for the seat to run against Veronica. And Mark Hussey was on the FinCom, the Finance Committee, for a bit, so he at least has a better view of the world financially. And I don't believe he's in favor of an override, so we're safe with that. Then we have Laura Schifrin, who's running for the other seat. Right now, nobody else has got that paper. And so I don't support, Laura Schifrin she tried a couple times to get on the board before, and the townspeople voted her down. Way back, it's probably 2013, maybe 2013, that Carolyn Smart beat her. And I don't think she made another go of it since then. I think that she had tried the time before, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check back. But I don't, she serves on the planning board and she was on the housing board for a long time. But I honestly don't have a good feel. You need somebody in there that understands town finances and has worked through that stuff. And I don't feel good. I think it would be really healthy for this town for us to get half a dozen people running. We're only a small town. We only have about 6,000 registered voters, maybe a little bit more than that. But it's hard to get 6 people to run at the same time. But 3 is usually a good bunch for one position, but where there's 2 positions, no, please, somebody vote, somebody run, somebody else get out there. And somebody asked about Josh Abrams. I don't think that he's going to. He's out there. I mean, he's getting views, what have you. But I don't think that. I don't recommend that he do. And that's my recommendation to Josh. I don't think he should jump into this fray. It's a mess. And he's really, right now we need. And I'm not saying don't vote for Josh if he decides. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he's got a lot on his plate. I don't know if he may be a new dad already. I haven't heard, but I know that his wife is about to deliver, and he's pregnant. So he'll be dealing with a new baby, and he's also doing his YouTube stuff. He travels across the country, and then deals with just trying to move videos along. I think it's probably, I like being a YouTuber now that I've got the bite, I've got the nibble. I like it. That I'd rather do this and spread the word. Both Josh and I do business completely differently from one another. He is a First Amendment auditor. I do not identify that way, but looking at communities and identifying what needs to be more transparent is those of us that are in a position to be able to do that. I think we should do it. And I think if getting into politics, you do lose your First Amendment rights. You cannot speak out against or for some of the policies that you're working on, because that would be an open meeting law violation, because you'd be actually trying, even if you didn't mean it that way, you'd be trying to let your fellow board members know how you're going to vote. You're deliberating in the public, and you can't do it. So in that way, I mean, technically, but you can't say you lose your First Amendment rights, but I call it that because you just can't be out in public and sharing stuff too much, because you're supposed to reserve that for your time on the board, and things get all dicey, and you're walking a tightrope, and I don't want to do that again. I want to doing things via YouTube, letting people know what's going on, and trying to decipher things for people as best I can is what I think is my goal in life now. As long as I'll be doing this, as long as I'll be doing this, I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but because I got a lot of other things on my plate, but this is interesting and it's getting a lot of work. But yeah, so I don't. I mean, if Josh takes out papers, good for him. That will make the race interesting if he gets back into it. He almost if Shaz had resigned like he should have, Josh would be a selectman right now. Wouldn't that be interesting? But yeah. So let me look at the chat again. Uh, is this Donna Hardy? Yes. Is this where Josh Abrams is thinking about running? Yes. This is the town. Josh Abrams and I live in the same town. That's isn't that amazing? That's how I ended up hooking up with him to do the Chaz video. Is because I knew he lived here and he had made that attempt before, and I think it's a good balance for us both to be living in the same town because we can give each other tips and help each other's channel around. So let's see. I got plunger. You want to know? Oh, thank you, North End 404. Yes, yes. I mean, thanks to Josh and whoever else might be forwarding my my links over to other people. I appreciate that, and I want to try to make this a little bit interesting for people that even if you don't live in Townsend, this small little town. But I think about what could it possibly be like if you're in some other state and you're watching the nonsense going on in Townsend. I think it's probably a little bit entertaining to be from somewhere else and watching what kind of nonsense. Does this really go on anywhere? This is soap operas can't even give this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just some kind of reality show sometimes, and it's comical. Like, yes, this is not fiction. This is really happening. These people are real. And it's hard to believe that this stuff could really happen. So if nothing else, it's very serious and people take this very seriously, like Joe Shank does. He doesn't like being criticized one bit. But as far as the stuff going on, yeah, I mean, people live for this every day, but people from outside probably think it's entertaining, and some of you probably think it's downright boring. And I've actually, in one meeting I went to a few months ago, I actually fell asleep. That's how exciting it can be in this town. And but hopefully this stuff is interesting for those that joined during the Chaz thing, and Chaz thing is probably still going on, but it's kind of dropped off a little bit. And we're now on the Joe Shank thing because he quit. And we're moving on to more stuff. We're still on trash. As far as crises in this town, that's small town nonsense. That's trash. Trash is the big issue this month. And so, and if Josh gets on the board, you have just another, oh, Jesus. There's Valley Ken complaining about Josh being a criminal. Oh, well, it's, life goes on. I'm not worried about that. YouTube is a whole nother planet, so good for him. Josh would not do an override. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do an override. Let's see. I'm mostly interested. Oh, see, this Valley Ken. All right. I'm not listening to you, Valley Ken. Other people are in here. They might want to chat. I got 4 big people in the chat, or 4 people. Yeah, 4 people on this live stream. So, whatever. Okay, does anybody have anything that they want me to talk about? I've talked a little bit about Joe Shank. I've talked a little bit about some of my ongoing stuff. If anybody can get a word in. Yeah, I'm probably going to let it go for now. Nope, I didn't get any messages from anybody. So we're here in Townsend. We're dealing with an upcoming election, which will be November 16th, a Saturday, for the 2 positions on the select board. Teresa Morse will carry us through. She's got a lot of support. I hear that the town hall is really rallying to make sure everything gets handled appropriately. I'm sure town council's all over it. I'm still going to meetings. Townsend Affordable Housing Trust hates me, and that's just too bad. I'm not too fond of them either because they're just pretty anti-First Amendment. trash is an ongoing thing. I want to get the word out between now and October 1st on what that's all going to look like. And then try to keep some videos going. So, all right. Yeah. Of course we do. Yes, Nancy, I'm sure we do. Believe me. All right. I'll stick on Chaz for a minute. I'm really getting a lot of, I mean, not hundreds, but I'm getting really pushback. There are several people, and Joe Shank was one of them, who thought it was just really deplorable of me. There's that word again, to have released this information, that it's private, it shouldn't be given out. He's, and here's one, Laura Schifrin, who's running for selectman. She, at the beginning of the last planning board meeting, she announced his resignation and referred to Chaz as the glue that held the town together. And my response to that is, Laura, that's not glue. Got it? It's not glue. That's not the way you hold the town together. And it was just control, control, control. And now if nobody knows what's going on, it's because you let somebody control the town, and he didn't work as a team. It was, so maybe that's part of why Joe quit, because he knew he was holding a bag that nobody told him what was in the bag. And now he's got to take the responsibility. And I don't think Joe's ever wanted to do that. This is his second time on the board, and it's the first time he had to sit in that position as being the chair of the board, because he never wanted it, because he never wanted the responsibility. And I think he just ran scared, as well as other things. So I think, Laura Schifrin's a Chaz lover. Joe Shank was a Chaz lover, and Veronica Kell's a Chaz lover. These are people that we got to get them out of town hall, and that's my 2 cents. What's up with the trash not getting picked up? Oh no, we're changing the whole thing. They went from tax base to customer base, so now we got to pay for it, because the town went into this select board that I'll just quit, got us into a $500,000 deficit, and they figured the best way to fix the deficit was to have the townspeople pay for their own trash, even though the town's been paying for it through taxes for forever. This is the first time we've ever had to deal with this, and it's not to make trash better. It's we need $500,000 fast, so they're going to try to sell $500,000 worth of trash bags between now and the first of the year, which I just can't see it happening. But that's it. If that's a good synopsis. Let's see. Yeah, I thought that was all about transparency. Oh, whatever. I'm reading the wrong. Some people never get over anything. Yeah. Okay. Enough of the private chat going on. I wish I had a moderator, because I could just shut you up, Valley Ken. I'm about ready to delete you. You're just annoying. You're just annoying. Sorry, Valley Ken. Yes, you're free speech. I get free speech too. Here we go. But anyway, so why don't you answer? Because it's not worth answering. Okay. Anything? We got 5 people in here to talk about Townsend. I'm running out of things to talk about in Townsend for right now. It's a nice day. I'm a beekeeper, by the way, on my spare time. I got out to my bees this morning. What a mess. Anyway, winter's coming. I have to get them all wintered up, ready for winter. That's the only other thing I got to talk about today. And yeah, so we're getting ready for trash. We're getting ready for an election, and God knows what's going to happen this week. There's really nothing even scheduled, because it's total chaos over there. So I think what I'm going to do is end the chat end this live stream. If anybody does not want me to end the stream and you want me to talk about something interesting in Townsend, say so quick. Otherwise, I'll be shutting it down pretty quick, so that the people who missed the live chat will be able to catch it later. Okay, let's talk. Let's see. Thanks for talking to us. Okay. I'm going to go, and well, you guys know I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be doing another stream. I probably won't do a live stream Although I don't know, live streams are kind of impulsive, so I don't know what I'll do. There'll be another video pretty soon, and hopefully it's interesting. Maybe there'll be another breaking news. It always seems to happen around here. Okay, so it's here in Massachusetts. It's just about 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. Hopefully, there's still a bunch of sunlight and warmth available to everyone where you are. And to enjoy the weather, I got to do some yard work myself. So, all right, everybody, have a good afternoon. I will talk to you soon.